right, guys, so we got the 4 functions that we're matching. So for A, we have to get the output, we're subtracting 7 from the input, then dividing the result from 3. So that would be, let's see, k of x. Okay. And how I figured that out, if our input is x, I'm just subtracting 7 from that and then dividing by 3. So B, to get the output, subtract 7 from the input, then multiply that result by 3. So I'm going to need some sort of parentheses on here because I'm going to subtract 7 from the input, and then I'm going to take that and multiply it by 3. So I believe we need G for B. For C, to get the output, multiply the input by 3. So that means I'm multiplying by 3 first, and then subtract 7. So then I'll subtract 7. So the difference there was the parentheses. So you have to be really careful. So that should be C. And then for D, to get the output, divide the input by 3. So I'm going to start, input is x, divide by 3. Then subtract 7. So subtract 7 here. And that gives me H. So just be careful about your order on those. For which one of the functions, when the input is 6, the output is -3, which function is that? So I'm going to go back to my functions. So I'm going to plug in x equals 6, and I'm looking for the output of -3. So if I plug in 6 here, 18 minus 7 would be 11. That's not that one. Let's see, I'm plugging in 6. So 6 minus 7 is -1 times 3 is -3. So I believe it should be G of x. So if I do, let's see, G of 6 is 3 times 6 minus 7, which is 3 times -1, which is -3. And that's how I know. So which function is greatest when the input is 0? So inputs, I'm talking about x equals 0. So let's test it out. So here, if x equals 0, I'll do these in orange. 0 minus 7 is -7. Here, if I do 0 minus 7, -7 times 3, -21. 0 minus 7 is -7. Here, 0 minus 7, -7/3. So which one is greatest would probably be K. Let's see, because K of 0 is -7/3, which is the closest to 0. What about when the input is 10? So I'm going to do x equals 10. We'll do that in a different color. We'll do that in purple. So 30 minus 7 is 23. 3 times 3 is 9. 10/3 minus 7. I'm just going to leave that 10/3 minus 7. It's definitely going to be negative. So I'm not going to worry about it. And then 10 minus 7, 3 over 3 is a +1. So it would be f of x. What was it, 21? No, 23. All right, and that is 4.2.